to round to the nearest 10, and we know how to round to the nearest 100, we can use both of those things to help us learn how to use rounding to estimate to the nearest, or estimate the sum of an adding problem. Now, this is actually a pretty cool thing, because you can use it to check your answers on different larger math problems, and you can also use it out in the real world, because it can make it so that when you don't have a piece of paper and you don't have a calculator, you can round in your head and then easily put those numbers together to come up with a sum. Now I'm going to show you an example of how we can do this. Okay, so pretend that my math problem were 19 plus 54. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, 19 is really close to 20. So that's why I made this little arrow here and I made a number 20. Now right here I have 54, and in my head I can figure out, well, 54 is really close to 50. Okay? So now I put a 50 there. Now, with barely thinking, I can see that, okay, if I were to put my zeros together, I'd just have 0 there. And if I were to put my 5 and my 2 together, I would have 7. Okay? So that tells me that if I were trying to just use rounding to help me estimate, the answer to this problem is close to 70. Let me write that down. Okay, now I'm going to show you how this could actually pretty much help you check your answer to a real problem, say you were taking a test or something. So let's pretend we were doing this real problem here. I'd have to at first add this column and see that 9 plus 4, okay, that's 13. So I write my 3 and I carry my 1. Alright, now I see that 5 plus 1 plus 1 is going to give me 7. So let me write that down. And now I come up with 73. So say I were using this rounding way, this estimating by rounding, to help me check to see if I were in the right ballpark for this part, I could see, wow, I'm only 3 away. So that tells me that my answer over on this side to the real problem's probably right. Okay, let's do another example of this. If I go over here, I have 186 plus 460. Okay, let me solve this the real way first and see what I get. I have 6 plus 0, and that's going to give me 6. Let me write that down. Now, I have 8 plus 6, and that's going to give me, let me think, I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, okay? So I wrote my 4, and I carried my 1. Now I have 4 plus 1 plus 1. And I'm going to get, okay, that's going to give me 6. So say I wrote this down on a math test or on a math homework sheet, whatever. And now I want to see, am I close to the right answer? Could this be right? If I round, then I can see if I'm at least close. So let me try that. I see 186. Since I'm in bigger numbers now, I think I'm going to try to round to the nearest 100. So when I round 186, I know it's going to round to 200. That's the nearest 100. Now I have 460. And when I try to round that, that's going to take me up to 500. I have to think, okay, is 460 closer to 400 or 500? And I know it's closer to 500. Now I can easily try to add these together to see what I have. All I really need to add over here is 5 and 7. And that's going to give me a good estimate. Let's see what I get. Okay, so I got 700. That's not that far away from 646. So I know that this might be the right answer. Okay, say I got something over here that was really low. Say it were something like 200. Or say I had something over here like 1,000. Then I'd have to think to myself, well, those aren't close at all. So I might want to go back and try my answer again.